Hello folks, this is your boy Quan right here, and today I want to this time talk on a segment about pretty much the philosophical application and real life application of martial arts. And I want to start off with this pretty much been stewing in my head how to connect the dots, not only encourage people to not only take martial arts, but to look at deeper under the surface of martial arts and just seeing the whole punching and kicking and grappling and possibly trying to put people to sleep and possibly trying to break some limbs, possibly, and trying to be, the next MMA fighter and all. But I want you to keep that in mind. So the first thing I want to elicit, one of the philosophies is, I think everyone should take a striking art because it helps you execute action. Now, what I mean by that? Well, when you're taking a striking art, taekwondo, kickboxing, boxing, any of those that involve you trying to hit something, you first start off hitting a padded surface, going in, whether it be pads, whether it be, heavy bags, weight masters, stuff like that. You get comfortable doing that. You get comfortable doing this. But also keep in mind, it gets you more comfortable trying to execute a certain action. The jab, for instance. We talk about how awesome the jab is. The jab is not only a good, distraction, but it's also a good measuring stick to see how far your opponent is, and also is a good way to counter just about anything. Someone steps in your face, jab them. You're trying to go in someone's face, jab them. You are trying to make sure that you can do something while adding something, while cooking something, jab them. Just a joke like that. But I want you to keep in mind that when you are doing a striking art, you get used to doing something. You get used to doing an action. And you kind of move up those levels from, hitting pads to hitting wave masters, heavy bags, to finally trying to apply it to maybe sparring, which means you're getting comfortable hitting a person. And in the beginning, you may feel a little bit off. You may feel like, I don't want to harm this person. You may not feel like you could do that. But here is the thing. The reason why being able to execute action is important, especially when you feel like it, is because in life, that can trickle down into other areas of your life. Like if you feel like it may be time for you to move on, maybe if you're doing the strike, you're waiting for the right time to strike, that could help you with that action. It could also be like when you want to improve yourself, instead of, lollygagging and waiting for an initiative to happen, some kind of thing to influence you to do the attack. You decide to go on the aggressive, to be aggro, and to start the attack anyway. Sometimes this is good to have, and I think it is a good set to not only think of it in a physical sense, but also in a mental sense, so that you are able to execute not only physically, but mentally, even if it may take a little bit getting used to. So, those are my thoughts. Everyone should learn a striking art because it will get you used to committing to doing an action. Keep that in mind. Deuces.